So you are welcome. Yes, you are welcome to my healthy food place, sharing ideas and recipes on how we can stay healthy naturally. I am Gracious Grace, your host. And today, we want to talk on something very, very unusual, something very, very unfamiliar to us. Yes, as we get older, it is expected or it is normal for us to be making dietary changes. Yes, making dietary changes like dropping or having to do away with certain foods in order to keep our health. Now, some foods like some processed foods, you will notice that as you are growing older, there may be certain foods that you love. And over time, you discover that they are not actually the best for you, or maybe as a result of your age, or you suddenly learned that they are not even healthy as you were thinking. And over time, you put them away. That is, you eliminated them from your diet. And that is how we continue to eliminate most of these foods. You keep on eliminating foods, and there's no gainsaying about it. This is exactly what happens to a good number of us. And as you're eliminating foods, over time, you will notice that it seems you're almost having nothing to eat. Yes, you are told that egg is high in cholesterol, you eliminated it. You were told that milk is acidic, you put milk away. You were also told that meat is acidic, you put it away. Now, you were also told that oils are high in fat, you are selecting which oils to take. You are told that, yams and sweet potatoes are high in starch, you are also putting them away. Over time, it looked like there is virtually nothing for you to eat. That is how it is. But there is something I want you to do, which I am doing, and it's working for me. Now, as you are eliminating those foods, sometimes go back to some of the ones you were not enjoying earlier. Yeah, there are some foods that may not be tasting good. Maybe because of their taste, you were not actually enjoying them. Go back and try including them in your diet. And then there could be others also that you may have been told that they're either high in fat, like coconut. I talked about coconut. You know that is one of the healthiest snacks. So some of those ones that we are lied to or deceived that they are high in fat, we should not take them. Go back and begin to try them again. Some things like meat, we are told that meats are highly acidic. Don't go there. And now that you are almost eliminating everything out of your diet, go back and also try them. I also did a video on one of my platforms talking about meat for seniors. And in this very outing, I want to share one of the foods that I recently decided to try out. It was eliminated several years ago because it actually cost me, thank you, you're welcome, Martinez, because it actually caused a rise in my cholesterol levels. Yes, we know that when we talk of high cholesterol, most of them come from the meat, animal protein, and such foods like that, like eggs. I told us foods like eggs, some of you were avoiding, you were told it's high in cholesterol. Yes, it is. But as you continue to eliminate all the foods, all the processed foods, you soon discover that egg is one of the healthiest foods. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. But in this very outing, I want to, in this very chat, I call it, I want to share one food that some of us kept off for a long time because of this information we have got out there. Thank you for those likes. Thank you for those likes. You are welcome. Thank you for those likes. I need more of it. Like it and share it also. And so what I'm saying is that over time now, one of these foods, I have actually been away from it for some years because it caused, or it was said to have caused, a rise in my cholesterol level. This was about 10 years or 11 years that it happened. No, it's not about eggs, so, but egg is one of them. But one I want, thank you, hello ma'am, blue butterflies, you're welcome. And so that each day, as we are getting older, the most important thing we must continue to do, which is what I want to share today, the one I did lately, is getting sufficient protein in our diet. It is one search that we must continue to search out for because it is the most missing part of our diet. Now, we have received a kind of talk or belief that meat is highly acidic. Yes, and we have different types of meat. You know, we have the cow meat, we have the goat meat, we have the ram meat, we have the what do they call it? There is this rabbit meat. We have all category of. We have the grass cutter meat. There are all kinds of meat. But many a time, we do not try or take our time to separate or differentiate between these meats. As a result of that, we categorize them all as beef, and then we tag them unhealthy, and we are avoiding them. If you are already avoiding because of what you heard or what you read or how you are feeling, don't be in a hurry. Just hold on. We are getting there. Now, if you will also notice that some people can handle certain food in terms of their body makeup, because our body, we have different blood groups and different genotypes, and all these things scientifically have been proven to work differently. Some could digest certain foods without issues, whereas some other persons with some other blood groups may not digest the ones you can handle. Well, we have watched some videos a couple of years ago, you know, a detailed video of research that was done at different points saying that some people of group A can do this, can eat that. Now, we're not going into those details or analysis, but what I want to share with you is the one that I did recently that I found to be very beneficial. Now, recently I noticed that I needed to get more protein. And when I talk of protein, I'm talking of complete protein. We know that nuts, seeds, grains, and similar foods like that, including legumes, are all good, but they are plant-based. Now, if you are also listening to the media and other social platforms, you will have heard a lot of people say they are vegans. Some people say they are, all kinds of things. Some people say they are meat eaters. Some say they don't go there. Some say you should just eat only plant-based. I have my own personal view on that. And my view has always been that plant-based alone never delivers complete amino acids, even though there are a few of them that are complete in terms of amino acids. Foods like soya beans, foods like moringa leaves, and similar like that. But if you study them very well also, you will notice that a good number of them have some ugly sides, I like to call them. Like soya bean is high in omega-6. If you are, so I consume soya beans. Even up till now, I still add them moderately in my diet. Little by little of the soya beans because of the protein quality, but not in large amount because it can cause things like bone related problems. It can cause inflammations. It can cause you weight gain. It can cause you extra pains if you're already going through pains. As a matter of fact, it can even be hurting to the kidney if you continue to take. So there is no food that does not have all of this. And so recently, I decided to try out another type of meat. And honestly, it's something I need to share with us. And that is the goat meat. You can comment if you ever know something like that. Comment if you have heard it or if you know something about it. I'd like you to drop your comment so that I will know that, yes, there is somebody in the house that understands what I'm talking about. And I want to share with you a few things so that maybe you can also start including it, but not on a daily basis. Because I actually eliminated this very food several years ago. It's close up to 10 years. And that's how I eliminated some other foods because of what we are being told, what we are hearing, or what we are reading. But if you follow someone that No, not at all. So if you follow someone that uses these foods and tells you exactly the outcome of it, it's very, very okay and important. Because some people are saying or sharing based on what they read or what they heard, not from their own experience of using it. Not at all. So, not at all. I don't use any drug. I don't take drug. So I decided to take it. So after consuming it, remember that there's something about this goat meat which I found. It's actually acidic. It's a source of cholesterol. A lot of us are running away. I have been running away because sometimes in 2011 or thereabouts, I was so fond of goat meat, though it used to be expensive, but it tastes great. You use it to make your pepper soup and all such things like that. And I was like consuming it almost daily, using it in almost all my soups. And I was enjoying it and feeling good. But over time, I want you to listen, over time, because when you start taking certain foods, it's not immediately that you get the ugly side. It's after you have been using it for some time. So over time, I began to get some symptoms then. That was at about around 2011 or so. So I went for a test and was told I had cholesterol. That was the first time. And after then, I've never had cholesterol again, in my result. So I was told it was cholesterol. And I told them the major thing I was taking. They said, you take animal protein. I said, I don't take all this, don't take milk. It's only goat meat. Then they said I should stop it, that it has raised my cholesterol. I tried to stop it indefinitely. And now recently, I was actually searching out for protein, complete protein. And I decided to go back and give it a try. And so I decided to try it. And guess what I found out? Not because I read it. I didn't have to read it before but I found out that it was quite easily digestible. That was my first observation after consuming it. And now when you are looking or considering the quality of any food, digestibility is very important, especially for seniors. You must consider how digestible. Is it easily digestible? Very, very important. As a matter of fact, this is one of the most important things you should be considering when you are trying to select or either select any food, including your list to eat foods, either to eat list or whatever. So I noticed that it was quite easily digestible. And the mode of preparation is also important. I'm going to share with you the mode of preparation, because how you prepare a food also can contribute. Yes, how you prepare it. There are certain foods that you may prepare certain ways. After preparing it, because of other things in that soup or in that food, it may affect how your body takes it. And so I decided to go for it. Yes, and honestly speaking, I found out that it was quite easily digestible. And it was not only digestible, it could hold the blood sugar for very long time. This is one of the benefits. Then I discovered that it increased the complexion of the skin. And this is an evidence that it's a source of iron. So while finding, and then there is that calmness in the brain. I told us that beef, whether it's goat or cow meat, is a brain food. Now, the cow meat seems to be more adulterated. A lot of us are aware of it. Yes, some of them have been given drugs because of mass production for commercial purpose. The very big and large cow. But you see those grass-fed goat meat that move around in the villages. These are the ones I'm talking about. So I noticed that they are more easily digestible than the cow meat, because I was actually considering that the cow meat may be lower in cholesterol over the years. And all of these things, we get them through information. It's through research, through studies and information. It's not as if we did any particular test, but I use my own body most of the time to confirm whether it is true. And so I noticed that it has that digestibility. I got interested when I noticed that it was quite easily digestible, well absorbed. When I'm talking of absorbed, when you are considering to select any food, consider absorption. It's not every food that you take that your body makes use of. So you must be conscious or mindful of absorption. Was it absorbed? There are some foods. Some of the grains we are taking, they have restrictive nutrients. Some of them, they need to be fermented. If you don't ferment them, they have something in them that's like protecting them from being consumed, like don't eat me. It's like that. So you take them, you are not accessing the nutrients the way you thought you are. And over time, they start causing other health challenges, because a good number of them also have some traces of gluten. I'm talking of grains. And so when you are told that you should avoid meat, I have heard people say don't go there. But I've also people talk about rabbit meat. I have also taken some other forms of meat like the bush grass cutters, and they are very, very okay. Those that move freely, and then traps were set for them and they were caught. Of course, you find this mostly in Africa, where you get all these natural vegetations and bush. But that is not to say that you can't find those meat. They can be dried and taken out to anywhere, and they can last as long as. And people are even doing it. You can dry it, take it to UK, take it to America, take it to any part of the world. And they are very, very good, and even they are better when dried, including the goat meat I'm talking about. When dried, they are better. They are far better and more easily absorbed. That is one of the findings. Then apart from that, it contains iron. Yes. And when we are talking of iron, we know we have heme iron and non-heme iron. Now, there are some kinds of iron that are found in plants. Your body does not easily access them. Yes, they are not the type of iron that your body can easily make use of. And so that is why sometimes you find some of the seniors or some other persons consuming certain foods, and they are just getting big, bloated. Sometimes they call it fat. It's not fat, it's bloating. And so you see the person looking bloated, and maybe the tummy getting big. Why? Because of this, some of these foods, some of these grains, some of such foods. When the foods are not properly absorbed, sometimes they continue to gather and accumulate. It could be around the belly area, and then you begin to, experience some things like belly fat, some fat around certain parts of your body. And so the food I am talking again is, lest we forget, is the meat. It belongs to the meat beef family, but not the cow. We have different types. So if you are also thinking, like myself, of how to increase protein, because it's very, very important, very essential in your diet, you must begin to search out on these proteins. We've been neglecting and overlooking them. Yes, we talk of fatty fish, but fatty fish cannot deliver all of the nutrients, all of the things we're looking for. It can't. And most of the time, it's even in cans. We can't find them where we are. But you see this goat meat, I want to say that it's one of the foods seniors should start to tap into, because it has most of the nutrients that helps to support the body, and it's not even as inflammation causing as some of the plant-based like soya beans. Soya beans is complete in amino acids, but are you aware that it's one of the inflammation causing foods? Though most of us still take it, that is not to say that you shouldn't take it. For instance, this particular meat, species of meat, is said to be acidic. That's why I call it one acidic food. We are not to eat only alkaline foods. Yes. When we are talking of acidic and alkaline foods, have you ever thought that it's only alkaline foods you should take? Not at all. Because I have tried taking only alkaline foods and it didn't work out. Yeah, it's something I've tried some years ago. It has its own negative effect. Your body needs a little of the acidic. Doesn't matter where the acidic is coming from. Then it needs more of the alkaline. But when you try to say, no, you will not go to anything acidic, it's going to have its own effect, such as you'll be feeling pain easily. It was the experience I had before I started to go a little acidic. Now, foods like this goat meat, for instance, not only is it a source of some rare nutrients like the B12 group of vitamins, apart from being a source of iron and other, protein. We're talking of protein, absorbable protein. Apart from that, it has a long chain digestion. Now, when we are talking of long chain, yes, these long chain foods, they take longer, several hours, before they are fully processed, absorbed completely in the body. It's great for managing things like blood sugar. And I even went further to check out about it. It is even said to contain potassium. It is said to contain potassium. This was the things I found out later, which is also great for things like blood pressure. And so some of us have been, suffering and robbing ourselves of healthy foods that can help you with protein. Because protein is the building block. If you do not have sufficient protein, nothing, and I repeat, nothing works. You can't manage your blood sugar properly. You can't manage your blood pressure. You can't even heal. And so, such foods with long chain digestion, most of them are from the animal protein. They take several hours. There are foods with short chain. medium chain, and all of that. But if you look at this aspect of the meat, or this kind of the meat, you will notice that it takes longer in the body, and that makes it a very beneficial food for diabetes, for managing diabetes, for controlling your blood sugar, and for managing other ailments such as your blood pressure. It helps you to heal. Those of you who want to heal, whether you're wanting to heal of stomach ulcers or whether you're wanting to heal of anything, supporting your joints, supporting your nerves, you need quality absorbable proteins such as the one found in this very acidic food, I call it, and acidic food with long chain digestion. Now that long chain makes it to keep you fuller for longer. That's what I also found out. When you finish eating, healthy fats are good. They are good. But if you take too much of the fats, it's also going to impair your digestion, whether it's either cause you to start gaining weight. I now realize why some things like some diets recommend, if you want to burn fat, they do not recommend you to start eating things like beans or legumes or such things. It is high quality protein like goat meat to help build your bones and your muscles. You need to build the muscles. A lot of people, when they are trying to burn fat, for instance, they don't consider protein, quality protein. Now, before you can eliminate fat, existing fat, you need to include proteins like such ones in goat meat. Yes, because it is actually the presence of such protein that helps your body to burn fat. And so if you are one person that is trying to lose weight, you need to, have a look on your diet, whether you are consuming such foods, because they could keep you fuller for longer. I watched some videos online where I saw people showing off large quantity of food, meat, eggs that they are consuming for just once a day. Now, it may shock you that people are saying they eat once a day. But if you eat rich foods, protein-rich foods like goat meat and the rest of it, you can stay fuller for the whole day. And you will lose weight. Your blood sugar will be properly managed. You won't be feeling hungry because it contains complete amino acids. It contains protein, contains iron. It's a source of potassium and a lot of other nutrients that supports your brain. It's not just that they said it. It's something I personally noticed. And that's why I said we have to talk about it. Because a lot of our seniors are still caught up with what should I eat. It's something that we need to be looking into on a daily basis. You need to be updated on a daily basis. Because some people, we talk about nuts and seeds. It's not enough. You can't remain with a plant-based diet and be okay. Obviously, you are going to be having some deficiencies. So that is about it. And now, the meat is not something you should also consume on a daily basis. That is one aspect we confess here, that moderation remains our rule. Because if you consume it the first day, you may feel very good. That was my experience then. You may feel very great, you sleep very well, you feel relaxed, you feel okay. But then the temptation is you eat it the next day. That is still fine. But by the time you continue to take it, cholesterol is not something that starts suddenly. And the mode of preparation is what I also want to share. Because that many years when I was cooking it, when it was said to raise my, I was actually adding other things while preparing it. But this time around, maybe for some other reason, I decided not to add oil because I was aware that is a source of cholesterol. I didn't add any oil. Then things like garlic was very abundant. Cayenne pepper, black pepper, onions, things like scent leaf. That's a vegetable we call scent leaf. Some people call it efiri. Use it. It's a low-calorie vegetable, though it's green. Green are important. So things like ginger, turmeric, cinnamon. These are the things that were actually the main source, no form of oil or whatever. It was based on these preparations, and then using sea salt, the fermented condiment like Iru and the rest of it, to help to, continue to push up the protein in it, and even the flavor and the taste. And some of you who are familiar with it, you know that it's something that tastes very good. So I found out that it's one of the very foods that seniors once in a while should be taken in order to have those nutrients you need, especially for your brain. Sometimes when we are avoiding too many things, dementia and other things may be gradually setting in without our knowing it, because protein is very important. And so that's why this time I decided to give it a try. And honestly speaking, the result was amazing. General feeling of wellness was there too. When you have that general feeling of wellness, you know it. So it's something that most of our seniors need to give it a try and prepare it this way. Don't have to put too many green vegetables. If you need to add it, don't add it much, because of some of them are also high in calorie. We'll talk about that some other times. We don't need to add it, much of it. If at all you want to add, you can add. There are low-calorie vegetables, like this scent leaf that I talk about. You can also use things like there is this other vegetable that they call it curry leaves. There are several other smaller vegetables that add flavor, and they add flavor to our meals. So you can use them to, flavor it and add lots of garlic and onions to help reduce all those concerns about the cholesterol or whatever. And even when you try to find out, you may even be told that it has no cholesterol or whatever. But I think the most attractive thing about the goat meat is the fact that it's easily digestible. And that is exactly what I have always been looking for in any food. If the food does not cause you to gas, because sometimes when the intestine is struggling to digest those food, so things like gas, you start producing gas like beans. Some of you that are worried about beans, some of us, not only you begin to explore other options that you left behind many years ago. Other options that you were deceived or told that they are unhealthy. Start exploring them. There is something I noticed about beans also. A lot of people, they're even gradually eliminating the beans, the legumes, the popular beans. The older you get, the more you discover that beans is very high in carbohydrates. And you are trying to eliminate the carbs in your diet. Your body doesn't really need much of the carbs as you get older. So you start to explore and test out other options like such meats, like goat meat. And one good thing about it is that it doesn't come with all those hormones. Yes, we say egg is good, but most of the eggs also they put our hormones out of balance, even though we are taking it. Why? Because we do not actually rear these eggs ourselves. These eggs, sometimes they are mass-produced because of certain medications that were given to the chickens. So they just mass-produce it. So it's far from, nature as you would want it. But when we are getting to a certain point, you keep setting your eyes closer on foods that are closer to nature. That's exactly where we are going. So it's one of the secrets that's going to help you, especially those of you in Africa or in regions where you can have access. But even if you can't, you can arrange someone in regions where they have it. You can get it for you, slaughter it, yes, I mean it, and get them dried. It can stay for months. It can stay for even a year. If you have proper refrigerator to refrigerate it, you can keep it and eat it occasionally. You notice an improvement in your health. That is the truth. It's a source of B12. Some of you that are having issue with your brain, you will notice an improvement. Food is medicine. That's I can tell you for free. Food is medicine. So you will notice overall feeling of wellness because of the balance in amino acids. You will notice energy. But the point is, when you're preparing it, you don't have to add oil. Maybe it may have also affected me several years ago when I was cooking, using it, eating lots of it. That made me, eliminate it completely because of it elevated my cholesterol. More than 10 years. But I was cooking it, adding other oils, adding a lot of vegetables, just like that. I think it may have also caused that. But this time around, I didn't have to add any oil, and it tastes nice, tastes great. I relied on its own fat that comes with it, being aware already that it comes naturally with its own. And so it's one of the foods that I should be suggesting if you are wondering or searching out, or maybe you're taking too much nuts, like some of us are doing. Yes, nuts taste great. Nuts, they taste good. But I tell you, taking too much can really make you like you're adding weight. But goat meat won't do that. Instead, your muscles, you'll be building muscle because of the protein. Protein helps you to be building your muscle. And it is muscle we should be building at old age, not fat. The body doesn't have the skeleton, the cartilage. It doesn't have all that it takes to carry the weight that we are trying to bring in. And that's why building the muscle is better. Muscle building food, protein-rich food with complete amino acids is very, very important. And that's why I thought to come share with us that that's exactly what I did. After, taking some nuts, when you start taking too much nuts, over time, you start having sleep problems, digestive problems, you start having issues with weight gain, and even some aflatoxins. You start having things like itching. Of course, and I know that too much of everything is bad. And so you don't have to just live on nuts and seeds alone. Even seeds makes you to gain weight. Recently, I noticed it with pumpkin seed, sunflower seeds, sesame seeds. If you put too much seeds and you are taking every day because they told you that seeds are great for you, they are dense in nutrition, you soon notice weight gain. And remember that with weight gain comes other health challenges. And so, trying to include foods like the goat meat and preparing it, especially without the addition of extra oils and extra fats, using spices. Sometimes they call it pepper soup. It may not have to be too pepperish, but just add garlic, onions. If there are little cholesterol in it, it's going to be dealing with it. Yes, it's going to be handling it, because that was my thought, why I had to add more garlic, ginger, fresh turmeric, add cinnamon, sea salt, scent leaf, and black peppers, all because of the mindset that it contains some of those fats. And so if you can prepare it that way, and don't add any vegetable, because that's the mistake I think I was making before. I was making it, very elaborate, add vegetables, very large amount of vegetables. I don't think it needs all of that. Take it with low calorie vegetables and you'll feel good, especially as your dinner. I did, at the very day I took it, I felt so great, I slept so well, and I told myself, I can't afford not to share this. After I tested it for about 2 days, and the result was, honestly, something I said, I can't just keep it. I need to share it with you. Because some of you, like I said in one of my, it's not about money. It's not about the money to afford it. Some of you can afford times 10 of it. But the point is, the knowledge that this is what you need is what is missing. And that's what we're trying to do, the enlightenment. That is why we need to, I need to come out and share it, that we need to start including some of this food. You and I have demonized them. When you talk of meat, we say it's too acidic. Yes, all of them are acidic. I don't dispute that. Whether it's cow meat, goat meat, but it's not all the time you take only alkaline food. As long as it's naturally occurring, every food have its own pros and cons. And as long as most of the nutrients in the particular food occurs naturally, including cholesterol, I don't think it's something we need to worry about. So I would like you to comment if you have been consuming it and you have listened to me. Let me hear from you. Yes, Okon and no. Know your own. Okay, you are welcome back. God bless you. Let me know whether you have taken goat meat before and what was your experience. I've said a few of mine. Let me hear yours now. How do you feel about it? Whether it's goat meat or cow meat? So my own is to listen now. Let me get your feedback on your experience, whether you are still taking it or you've already eliminated it out of your diet because of cholesterol. So please drop your comment. I'm reading and I'm also responding. Or if there are other forms of protein that you are enjoying, so that we too can join you and start enjoying them. If there are other quality protein, I'm talking of quality protein. We're talking about nuts, seeds. So today we don't talk of something people call acidic food. When you talk acidic, they say no, it's acidic. Oh, don't eat it. So I'm not eating the acidic food. Drop your comment. Let me know if you are consuming the acidic food already. Okay, thank you. Now, I also said something about the way you prepare it too, because, some years ago when I prepared it, when I was eating it, what made me run away and eliminate it was, I used to use it and cook all these bitter leaf soup, put oil, all this, all this ngongo that we used to put in our soups. So the soup will not be very, very thick. And I'll be enjoying myself with those beautiful flavors. I was enjoying, it tastes so great. So I was enjoying it every time. In fact, I enjoyed it for like 6 months running before I felt some symptoms. I can't remember the symptom, honestly. Maybe it has to do with difficulty breathing also, because sometimes it can also, cholesterol can come up with it. But honestly, I can't remember I had. But all I remember very well was I went to do a lab test, and there is actually no smoke without fire. You can't be going to do a lab test without spending your money to do a test without something. So I went to do that test because of certain things, but honestly, I can't remember. But the result showed I had high cholesterol. And I was asked what I was eating by the laboratory scientist. So I said, I eat normal food. I eat lots of goat meat. He said I should stop the goat meat. And I obediently obeyed. And I didn't go to check back because some of the symptoms began to, go down. So there was no troubling symptoms again, which should made it clear that may be the cause. So I left it for a long time. While I was eating other foods, sometimes I take cracker beat and those things. It's over time, you keep on eliminating food. I know as the time goes on, you say, what should I be eating? Because for instance, I've put off crackers since the last 2 years. But despite all the health wellness talk, I was still, munching on crackers. Say, it's light, easy to take tea, it's not heavy. It's acidic. That's the truth. It's acidic. Some of you are still taking it. It's acidic. Very acidic. So some of them bread I was also taking small. I said, no, I won't stop bread, just little. I just take 2 slices. Sometimes I make it 3, sometimes I make it 4. When you are taking it, tastes light, tastes great, you enjoy. But later on, it settles and turns to what? Acid. That is it. So over time, I successfully removed all of these things because they are the source of trans fats in the body. Talking of the bread and biscuits, however, they were the source of trans. It was very difficult to do those things, but I eventually did. Occasionally I go for wheat bread, but they are still source of trans fat. Can't eliminate everything because of the fiber. Occasionally, I just try to give myself a treat. That's the truth. I know they come with butters, margarines, even when you read the labels, except you prepare them yourself at home. But when you have eliminated everything, you soon discover that you don't have much. Then you have to go back. So I want to encourage you that when you get it, don't add lots of vegetables, green vegetable. Use enough onions, use your garlic, your ginger. Just make it in form of a pepper soup. If you want any swallow with it, nothing, there's no harm there. If you have any swallow you want to take, but just take moderately, like you said. Just eat moderately. So you take it, don't make the soup light, and then you see how tasty it's going to be. And after taking it, you're going to feel great. I'm telling you. You sleep so well, you feel good. Buy a good one. They have either male and female. I don't know how to identify them. You can ask the meat seller, I want the male. I think it's the male that always have that beautiful flavor and very soft. That you don't have to cook it for long. You don't have to cook it for long for it to be very soft. And there is something I want to share about this particular goat meat of 18. Some of you will have noticed something, and that is even one of the things that made me start getting interested in it. Now, if you cook I think it is the molecular structure that is causing it to behave like that. If you buy goat meat, for instance, cook it for like 2-3 days, before the 4th day, it has turned to very soft. In fact, it will almost be disappearing in the pot. Very soft. You will notice that there is something about that tenderness. But the cow meat doesn't behave like that. You can cook it for a whole week. Though it gradually softens, but honestly, it takes very long time. But the goat meat, just within a couple of days, it becomes so soft and almost fizzle out of the pot. That shows a lot. It speaks volume about the molecular structure of that meat. That is to tell you that it's something that the body can even tolerate more than the other one that takes long. You cook it and cook it, it's still hard. Fish is even worse. We're not talking about fish today because a lot of people are comfortable saying, and let me tell you something about the goat meat. It's good for thyroid health. It's good for thyroid health. It's good for thyroid health. We need to eat foods that support our thyroid because it's easier to digest. It has complete amino acids. It has most of the nutrients. We must consume foods. It's a source of zinc. So we need to consume foods. It's not only fish. And sometimes these fish are not even the healthier fish. A lot of people are just comfortable. They are eating fish. They don't even feel anything. This one I'm saying, I feel like this, the food is feeling, and make me feel this way. Some people don't feel anything. They just feel they've eaten their food and they move. So that's it. So if you are also in the house and you have not, or you have been avoiding the goat meat, you know, my friend Eno Obong Okon said she's going to get it. Yes, don't worry. You will give us a testimony. And if you are someone in the house and you are also making move to give it a try, you can also drop your comment. I love that comment she dropped. You can drop your comment if you're in the house and you want to, you know, you have been avoiding it. Just comment that you've been avoiding it. Let me know that I wasn't alone, because let us know that we are many of us that have been avoiding all this stuff. And honestly, without education, we wouldn't know. Education is very important. And so let me know if you have been avoiding goat meat also. Both cow meat, goat meat, rabbit meat, grass cutter meat, all the meat. Remember that goat meat and chicken are not the same, because a lot of people say, I eat chicken, I eat four-footed. Don't be deceived, my dear. They are unique. It's because I gave this one a try. That's what I got to know. So you don't have to just base on what you're hearing online. A lot of people will tell you, don't eat meat, don't eat fish, don't eat that, I eat only plant. Don't listen to all of that. Even though you listen, you still have to process them. Let me put it that way. Process what you are hearing. Some tell you, don't eat this one. They haven't even tried it. If I didn't try this one, I wouldn't know that it's like that. It was after I ate it and felt so good, you know, and found those things happening in my body, that I went again to do further research, to search more about it, to know some of these things, to confirm some of, like the digestibility. When I found it's easily digestible, I said, wow, this thing is so easily digestible. It must be good. Then I found it does not cause gas. Because this gas of a thing in the stomach, sometimes stressing the intestine. No, it's not that it's bad to gas. Let me clear about that, please. Gassing is good, but there are different types and forms of gassing. When the gassing is like polluted and all of that, like when you eat beans as well food, when the gas is happening moderately, it's an evidence that the gastric mucosa is moving, which is good. It has to move. It doesn't have to be. It is when it's moving that gradually it won't get to the colon. Okay, somebody is saying, Auntie, rabbit. Yes, I see it in village market. Yes. Rabbit meat is very good. I heard, because the one where I know it, I know tell you. I've heard it from very reliable sources. It's not a common meat, but if I see it, honestly, I would like to give it a try. Since it's natural, it doesn't. We are trying to reduce all these things that cause our hormones to be out of balance, hormonal imbalance, because of all the injections and drugs. So we're trying to eliminate them. You know, I said I have had to eat some other bush meat, what we call bush meat. This grass cutters and all these meats, some of them I don't even know their name. But there are places where they sell it here. Like you said, in the village market, in the village locality here where we are, there are places where if you want to buy them, we go there. Go there. It's more interior than the outside where we are staying. So you go there and you meet those boys that set traps, and they use other means to catch all these grass cutters and bush meat, and they sell it. When you cook it and eat it, honestly, they are very expensive though. You will know that the difference is really clear. So when you see the rabbit meat, if you have some money on you, go ahead and buy it. Honestly, you will like it. I haven't eaten it. Maybe I've eaten it without knowing, but honestly, I've heard from very reliable people, reliable platforms, that it's one of the best meats. So, but before we started, I started the chart here. Now, I told us that all such meats are good, that they don't have they have not been exposed to drugs and all the controls that are given to like chickens for mass production. They give them, they'll be laying the eggs. Just the eggs are dropping per second. You know, it doesn't follow the course of nature anymore. So most of those things, they do not, if you are really trying to heal of some chronic diseases, you have to actually be very, very mindful of them. And if it's possible to eliminate them, so that your body can heal. So rabbit meat, I think, if you have access to it, you go and enjoy yourself, and then you can give us a feedback. That is it. You can give us a feedback when next we meet. Because I have tested some other meat. I have also tested the cow meat, which is also acidic. But I tell you that in comparing it with the goat meat is a bit easier to digest than the cow meat. Just take it from me. And the fact that when you cook it for up to 2-3 days, it has already dissolved in the pot, is a very strong indication that it's definitely a healthier option. And besides that, it's a source of being a source of iron, potassium, makes it even healthier for those who are managing things like high blood pressure. So if you are a senior, you are managing high blood pressure, you don't know what to eat, occasionally go get yourself goat meat and make something like pepper soup. What we call pepper. Don't let it be too pepperish, because too much pepper is going to hurt you. So, but put cayenne pepper, put all those low calorie, garlic, ginger, turmeric, cinnamon, sea salt, and fermented condiments, and you can put things like I said before, scent leaf. Make it look like a pepper soup. Make it light. Enjoy yourself. Eat your meat. Eat the meat. It's going to feel good. That nothing will happen to your blood pressure. Because of this, avoid that. There is no food that doesn't have, too much of it, what it can cause. That's none. I haven't seen any, even vegetables. As a matter of fact, recently, I ate lots of it, and I gave it a break for like 3 days. I'm being honest with you. Vegetable. You know that vegetable is blood thickener. Now, when we are talking about blood thickeners, the vegetables are blood thickeners. So even the seniors should be careful of blood thickeners. Blood thinners, you must take moderately. Blood thickeners, you must take moderately. If the blood is too thick, bacteria will thrive in it, and it makes you to feel sluggish. So that is it. So you have to have a balance of the blood thinners, a balance of the blood thickeners. And so when you're preparing something like the goat meat at home, you have to add more of the blood thinners. Yes, because it's a source of iron. Now, most people in the villages, they are not knowledgeable about some of these things we talk about, but because of how their body communicates with them, they understand very well how to prepare it. They don't add too much green vegetables. They don't put red oils. I don't have to add any form of oil, whether it's coconut oil, red oil. If you do, you spoil it. You add more of it. It has enough fat. I am saying that this may have been what contributed to elevated cholesterol for me about 10 years ago when I was enjoying it. And so this time, and I wasn't also taking it in moderation. I wasn't doing all this moderation thing. I just enjoyed myself. Some of you who are younger, they are living that kind of life. When you are, still, your body was still able to accept most things. Sometimes when you hear things, you just push it, wave it away, and then you go ahead and continue to enjoy yourself until your body begins to tell you that it's enough. Until your body speaks, you won't listen. Some of you, that's what happened. I was enjoying it. Almost anytime I go to market, I just buy lots of the goat meat and just enjoy myself. That's what I was doing. I wasn't like now. I wouldn't be doing all of that. Despite that, it's a healthy food which I found out. I'm not going to spoil it by consuming it every day. Because you have to bear in mind, yes, Amako Keke, you're welcome. Hello. How are you and how is your family? You're all welcome. So I'm talking about goat meat. I'm trying, this goat meat of a thing that I was shying away from. So recently I decided to actually go get myself the goat meat. Try and send me some pepper soup, Amako Keke. Send me some pepper soup. And you need to take small pepper soup and enjoy yourself with goat meat. It's very good. So I decided to give it a try. Honestly, the result I got was amazing. So I said I was going to share with my followers. Good afternoon, ma. You're welcome, ma Amaka. So longest time. So I've said a lot about the goat meat and how it benefits our health. I've said a lot about it and several other things because some of us have been running away. Yes, including myself. That I know there was a time it caused elevated blood cholesterol for me. Because of that experience, about 10 years ago, I said, no, I don't want goat meat. Yes, now that's what I'm saying. I know you have access to goat meat. Don't forget to package my own, because I'm really in love with it. Honestly, when I gave it a try during a couple of days ago, honestly, the way I felt after preparing it with some spices, I felt so good, slept so well. I said, and it's good for your thyroid health. I said that before, Amaka. Let me mention it again. It's great for your thyroid health. It's great for it. But it's not something you take every day. Now that I found that it's good for my body, it's easy to digest, it contains iron, even potassium. B12. B12 is very rare in foods. You can go and do your study. B12 is a source of the uncommon B12. We have B1, B2, B6, all kinds of B, but you see B12 is not commonly found in food. It's found in goat meat. I also discovered it from my own body. But there is something also I want us to know about some of these foods. And that is why we need a variety. Variety is the only solution. Don't have to avoid any food. Sometimes I do buy goat meat, but it's really harder to digest. Talking of cow meat, you cook and cook. Now, Amaka, I would like you to comment to confirm what I'm telling you now here. What I said before. If you cook goat meat, for instance, and you rewarm it for like 3 days, 4 days, what will it look like? I told us that it's going to be very, very soft, extremely soft. I want to drop a comment on that and tell us what you normally see, because I know you have access to this goat meat every day. The goat meat soup and pepper, so all kinds of goat meat. You are sitting with it. So how does it behave? I already shared with us. It was this behavior that made me to get interested in it. Why does it get so soft? So soft. In fact, it will even separate from the bones. Can I get your comment on that, please? I'm waiting. I'm okay. So I'm waiting. So You just notice that the thing just naked itself from the bones, like separate, become it become like it's separated and become very soft. To be softer, yes, that's a confirmation. It was part of this behavior that makes me to like start to get interested in it, that it gets very soft. It's the molecular structure that makes it like that, and that's how it behaves in the body. It's not going to become too acidic, so it's good. So you can enjoy it around 3-4 p.m. It's going to keep you fuller for longer. Just relax, cool down, enjoy yourself. That's what I did. And after doing it, your face looks brighter, lighter, and then you feel that general feeling of wellness. You feel it because of the balance in amino acids, because of the rich and quality protein that it has. And then for, various other reasons, you are going to, in fact, if you have a way to even come back and tell us your experience, it will be nice, because it was this thing that made me to say, okay, let's even talk about this thing, because a lot of people have the money to buy it, but they are running away because of misinformation, I call it. Some of us were misinformed. And not only were we misinformed, I said I personally decided because of my past experience, but it also was part of how I was preparing it. So I was preparing with lots of vegetable, bitter leaf, all those thick bitter leaf soup. I was doing it that way, and I want to say that it's not the way to do it. Just make it light, and it's the way it's normally prepared commercially. Those that are preparing it, they don't add thick vegetables to it. They make it very light, and it makes you spice it up so that you enjoy it, and then it will nourish your body. And even if you want to lose weight, it's going to help you lose weight in a healthy way. So it's one of the food that you can use, you can consume if you want to burn fat. So we don't have to focus only on the seeds, on the legumes, and then you'll be expanded. Sometimes you cook rice and beans together, you put beans and corn together, and you say you won't gain weight. It's not true. You gain more weight, because these are inflammation causing foods. Your body can't even use all of them, and what it cannot use, it's definitely going to store. Yes, it's going to store it in your body, and they'll be stored as fat. Over time, they start looking bigger gradually. So that is what happens. So I thought that we should, share it. And if you're in the house, please, and you are still avoiding all kinds of meat, kindly drop a comment, whether it's goat meat or cow meat. I just want to know those people that were in my club before. I've left that club. It's a club. I've left it. So drop your comment so that we know how many people are left and why they wouldn't leave that club. Yes, that club of no meat, no egg, no milk, no this, no that. I'll be waiting. If you're in the house, let me get your response or your comment. If you are, yes, blue butterfly, thank you for your response. Yes, you say chicken, beef. What kind of beef? That's what I'm asking. Chicken is okay. Turkey is better. I think you know. I hope you are aware. Turkey is better. So don't joke. If you have option to choose between chicken and turkey, just go for turkey. But that is not to say that chicken is also bad, because each food is unique. Okay, you say all beef. Yes, the essence of what I'm saying today is that all the beef are not the same. Maybe where you stay, maybe you don't have access to fresh versions as we have. Maybe you have it in the cans. Is this only the canned beef you're talking about? They have canned goat meat. Do you people have canned goat meat in America there? Kindly comment, let me know. Okay, yes, ground, yes, roast, then sticks. Good. Now, when the ground ones, do they specify we have it here too. This northerners here, we have them, the ground meat, we have the roasted, we have the sticks too. But what I'm saying is that do they specify, okay, no, this is butchered. Okay, they just butcher them. But because here, for instance, we know that most of those sticks and ground meat, they are cow meat. Because even the goat meat I'm talking, you can't ground it too. Like that Amaka have commented, she's into the business. She knows what I'm talking. That's why I asked her to comment, and she dropped that comment because she's into it. And I'm glad she responded and said that it becomes very soft when you cook it. So I don't even know when you try to make it into stick. They don't. The only one that they make as sticks here, roast, and the ones of that you can roast it anyway, is the beef, the cow meat, the beef. Those ones are strong. You can keep it ground meat, eat the ground meat for long. But the goat meat, I'm wondering what it's going to look like when they try to stick it or so. Sticking it is okay. If they dry it, of course, it's dryable. But it's always very soft. Yes, it's very soft. And I've not seen them do it into sticks, the goat meat. We always buy it fresh here. So if in the US where you are based, if they can have frozen stuff in supermarket, maybe they will have it. I'm very, very sure. They will have frozen goat meat. It's okay if they can frozen it with a good power supply. It is going to be very, very okay. You know, we have some challenge when it comes to power supply. But if you can get to the supermarket, to your supermarket, and request for it, some African supermarket, they were going to get goat meat, I'm very sure. Because we even have some people who travel from Africa, who travel from Nigeria, some of them who are, already aware of some of these benefits. I support their health. Oh my dear, you said it's a specialized meat. Can you see? And hard to find. They will go and reserve it for all those top ranking, all those people, politicians. It's a specialized meat. And the funniest part is, though it's available here, it's very easily available. It's also a bit expensive. You know why? Because it's always grass-fed. We do see them. When I'm going to the market, I do see them moving around the bushes, eating grass. It's costlier than the other meat because they don't use they don't force them to. Yeah, lamb and goat meat. Yes, lamb is good. I also eat lamb and goat meat, not on a regular basis because it's expensive. Even here, goat meat is expensive. I was just thinking this morning that if I have a way to rear this goat meat, it's better for me to rear it too, so that if I can rear the one that I can eat, maybe 2 or 3, and successfully take care of them, they can be giving me meat at my old age, because it's very expensive here too, but you can't compare with that side. Here you get it raw. They'll kill it this morning. You go to the market 2 hours later, you buy. If you want to buy any amount, you buy. If you have frozen refrigerator to put it will be very good. But most times we have problem with power supply. You can stay without light for weeks, for several weeks, no power supply. You'll be operating with generators, or sometimes even there will be nothing like that. So If you get lambs, it's okay. If you get goat, it's okay. Lamb is good too. But I want you to set your eyes a little bit on those kind of protein for your body. You will see how your health will improve. Because honestly, the thing was amazing. I said our eyes are close to some of these things. I just felt, lately that I need to boost my protein. I just felt that way. Especially those with complete amino acids. Since I'm not on any medication or whatever. So why I need to get something to, because it can't be nuts all the time. I have nuts, but sometimes when the nuts are consumed in large amount, it impairs your digestion, impairs your sleep, it begins to work against you. So I said to do this, and it was just very, very amazing. It can't be fish all the time. Fish is not meat. I watched one video, very funny video, when a child was asking the mom, is fish meat? Honestly, I couldn't answer that question. Is fish meat? Let me even ask you, is fish meat? Please, if you can answer, if you have an answer, you can also drop it. Is it meat? Eating fish, does it equal to eating fish? Is it equal to eating meat? Talking of things like goat meat and all such things. Please, if you have answer to this question, drop it. I like to get the response to it. Because I myself don't have answer to it. I don't think it's meat. I don't think. That's my own. But if you think it's meat, and you have your reasons to back up your argument, go ahead and drop your comment that fish is meat based on these reasons. So you see, it's a specialized, so it's a specialized kind of meat which we need to start to focus on to improve our health, the health of us seniors. You will notice a lot of improvement. That rare B12 is there. You notice how you feel when you take something that has complete protein. That's why it's expensive. All those kind of things, because they have not injected them with all those drugs that makes some of them to grow. Like this cow meat. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I can't say what I don't know. Maybe they are using something to force it to get big or whatever. But these ones that move about, the cow also feed on grass. I do see them, but I don't know. But they're not the same. That's the truth. I've consumed both. I've consumed red cow meat. I've consumed the goat meat. I've seen the difference. I've consumed chicken. I've taken turkey. I've even tried to say, let me not take any of them. It didn't go well. So the best thing is take moderately, like Eno. Eno have commented that you should take moderately. That she's going to go to market and buy herself some fresh goat meat. Eno, well done. Salmon is a recommended fish, especially Pacific ones. Salmon is very good. It's among the fish with omega-3 fats. Yes, it's very good. Just like in the class of sardines also, they are very, very good. The thing is, in the meat family, that's why I said fish is not meat. If you know that fish is meat, you let me know. Now you know that the meat are the four-footed. The chickens, like the birds, what we call the birds, those that fly, like the chicken meat, the turkey, they are the two-footed. Then we have the fish. They are none of these two. That's why I said I don't think fish is meat. A child was asking the mother, is fish meat? I don't know. It was a very funny video, but it actually made me laugh and got me thinking too, that is fish meat? I think the mom was giving them food or something. It's a funny video, and was fish or so. So she disagreed that fish is not meat. And the mother could not provide an answer to it. Just like myself, I was now wondering that, truly, but is fish meat? Fish is not meat. Fish, those ones, they swim in the ocean. The animals are in the bush. They are created differently. The birds are flying in the air. You can see their habitation, the habitat are different. So the ones that are habiting the air, flying, many of us, you don't know that chickens are birds. They just fly. It's not that they are domestic birds that you can eat. So the same thing with the West. You see all of them that are with two legs. Some they have hoofs and claws. You know, the Bible even specifies some of these things and differentiated them. How they should be those that should be consumed and those that should not be consumed. And I came to realize something, that those that we receive caution that we should not consume in the Bible, some of them people are consuming it. And I found out that oh, thank you so much. I love that your contribution, Okon, and wow, food for thought. Fish is not meat, yes. You know, that's why I told you I watched a comedy that where the girl was asking mommy that it's fish meat. And since that day, I was asking myself that question. Now, it's not a source of B12. That's what I was telling you from the beginning when I started this chat. B12 is mostly found in meat. It's not even in all the meats. It's found in goat meat. There are some other meats. It may be in cow meat and some other meat, but it's very, very, you can find it in the goat meat. And if you are someone that's sensitive to your body, when you eat the goat meat, you will like the way you feel. I'm being frank. If you prepare it the right way, without adding extra oils and other things that will, affect it, just prepare it the way I explained, adding those spices. Don't add oil. I'm someone that believes you should add oil, but don't add oil. Just prepare it, and then it will come with that natural goat flavor. Don't go buy goat meat flavor. They have all the what I call fake of all of them. They have the goat meat flavor, the chicken flavor. No, don't go for it. The real goat meat, you will hear the flavor as it comes out. Now, the B12 is found in that. So when you are talking of all of these foods, for instance, all of these foods, each one have their own place where they reside. Those that reside, that fly. It's not only chicken that you can eat. We have a guinea fowl. It has 2 legs too. It's good. Apart from turkey, chicken, guinea fowl, there are other birds that are edible. Just the same way that you get meat, those that are 2-footed, that are edible, including this rabbit that we are talking about. I've heard a lot about rabbit meat, but it's not common. Some people are rearing it. Yes, some people are rearing it because of some of these things. But honestly, if I have my way, I'm considering rearing goats. Yes, so that I can enjoy myself when I'm very, very old, and if I want to eat it, don't have to pay. Out of my this thing. The thing is getting more and more expensive every day. So if you have way or access to do it, you go ahead and do it. That's some of the benefits that we have. Enjoy, so that you know that you're enjoying natural food that is treated. So that is it. So it's one of the resources, my dear, that I enjoyed during the week. And I said, I think I need to share this with my people so that some of us that we're already short of protein in the body without knowing it. Some are even taking some medications. It's even worse when you are taking medication. You need protein. So that we can up our protein, increase our protein, the protein in our body, to help us manage all kinds of it, especially complete protein. Yes, complete protein is very important. It's what is lacking. I see people every day. I see people every day eat, and I watch what they are eating. A good number of times, it's not even something to that because of they are not knowledgeable. You see them eating rice and beans, 2 cups. You see them eating beans and yam, beans and plantain. Even highly educated people, beans and potato. Even occasionally, I've tried to add a little sweet potatoes to my bean. Honestly, I don't normally enjoy the experience because they are too high carb foods. No, there's a way we were eating this food while growing up. But when you take them after 60 years, you can't feel good anymore. It becomes like it's too heavy. Your body can't even handle it. And so we need to be very, very conscious and begin to be more selective and focus more on the protein-rich foods to help build our muscles instead of building fat, storing fat. And the goat meat is one of the latest so-called acidic food. Yes, acidic food, cholesterol source of food that I started consuming lately. And so if you want to increase your protein, don't just go for meat. You know, I told us, don't just go for fish. Some people say they're eating fish. What kind of fish? Don't just also go for meat. Choose the type of meat that you are going for and understand why you're going for it. It may be expensive though, like we know this one is expensive, but your health deserves the best. So you can still, if you afford it, and God will make a way for us, go for it. God will provide for us, all of us. It's not as if there's anyone that is so all-sufficient that you have all that you need. Yes, all of us were in need together. Not that all that you need, you have it, but we continue to trust God to make way for us so that we'll be able to afford all of these things, whether buy it, consume it, or even have them as domestic animals. I mean, train and have them, and not only eat them, we can use it to support others. Yes, after you have consumed and you have extra, you can even extend hand of charity to other people. It's a charitable, be a thing that you can do to help give people who are protein deficient, especially children. So, if you have any other question, you can drop it, or else we'll be drawing the curtain very soon. Take this as a notice that in the next 5 minutes, we'll be ending the live. Yes, unless you have any question or comment, which anything you want us to talk about regarding this matter, or something that has to do with how to get sufficient protein in our diet, because that is actually the reason behind this chart. It is the protein that we're looking at, and I just found one and decided to share with us. And I want to appreciate all of you for your contributions. All of you that have contributed, blue butterflies, I love you, I appreciate you. Enobong Okon, Amaka Okeke, and all of you that are in the house. Amaka, please, is koala fish good? Which one is koala fish? Please, which one is? Are you talking of panla fish? Which one is koala? Is it, maybe it's a typographical error. Kindly help me get that properly. Amako Okeke, please kindly help me with that comment. Okay, yes, you are talking of panla fish. Yes, thank you for that contribution. Panla fish is one of the most popular fish around, and It's the one of the most commonly eaten fish around, and it's almost no fat in it. When you are talking of fatty fish, it does not have fat, and you don't even need someone to tell you that it doesn't have fat. But there is also a way they roast and try and fry and prepare it in the market that makes it unhealthy. When they have to sprinkle oil on it and smoke it with bad oil, it makes it unhealthy. But I tell you, the panla fish, get a good panla fish that's matured, is good, especially if you're looking for something that is fat-free. Because we have fatty fish, but all the fish, the ocean type of animals, the one that comes, the aquatic animals, let's put it that way. You know, we have the fatty ones, so this panla fish, panla is a name that we gave it here in this part of the world, but the real name of it is not actually panla fish. I think I will need to go and find out the name. It has a name, I mean a name, scientific name that it bears that you used to know, but we know it here locally as panla fish. And it is actually not panla like stockfish, because the word panla is used to describe stockfish. Remember that stockfish is also another type of fish which is good. I will talk about it another day, because there was also a time that I started to explore the panla fish, and I found out that the one they call cod is very good, but it's very rare in our market. So when you call the word panla is that common popular fish we all know. It's fat-free, it's good. But if you get the ones they have sprinkled oil on to smoke it, that smoking makes it unhealthy, because it comes with unhealthy oils, and those healthy oils are not good. As a matter of fact, occasionally I do buy them. They look neat outside, but I have to soak them with hot water. Thank you for that comment. I think it's a very good comment and very encouraging comment. I do buy them. So it's very supporting comment. You know, when you make some comments, it gives me encouragement. Yes, it's worth it. So I want to appreciate you, Eno Obong Okon, for that. And I love you too. I'm telling you, like begets like. I love you too. I love all of you that are with me and I want to live healthy. Yes, use hot water to wash it. That's what I'm saying, that I do buy it. So when I buy it, I use salt and hot water and soak it. Apart from soaking it, there's one thing I do, which I don't know whether it's good for you to do it or not, but that's what I normally do. I normally try to be removing that skin, maybe because of the knowledge that the oil is not good. You know, I try to remove the skin, especially when the oil is much. But if you soak it perfectly in boiled water and put salt, it's not a bad idea. But me, I'm always, maybe because of the knowledge that I have already, I'm always picking on trying to remove the skin, you know, and I don't eat it frequently. It's not a regular fish, my regular fish, but it's a good fish when you are talking of fishes that don't have fat, and you are trying to also work on your things like cholesterol and all of that. It's one of the, and it contains protein like most fishes. So you can use hot water, yes, and salt and wash it. It's okay. But one thing I don't also like about it, it doesn't have taste. You know, it doesn't taste, you know, there are some fish that taste good, but they are not as healthy. They may not be as healthy, like the catfish, for instance. The catfish tastes very tasty. But I told us last time that the catfish is a source of omega-9, which is too much. It doesn't make it healthy for us, heart healthy. So when you use that catfish, okay, if you use that catfish, it will be tasting very good, and you may be tempted to be eating regularly. Because I know some people who are taking that catfish. Over time, you may have joint problem because of the imbalance. Whereas you ought to have more of the omega-3, which comes from salmon, tuna, mackerel, sardines. You are now getting more of omega-9 for you. Both your heart health, your joint health, and all of that. So that is it. We want to end it. I think I've attended to you. If you want to say appreciate me, you can go ahead and thank me and say nice word like Enobong have said. Then I will be also about to draw the curtain and say that I wish you all a healthy body, naturally. I want to attend to one or two more questions, like one question, just one. If you have anything you want to ask about either the food or whatever, so that I can also, attend to it. Yes, we've talked about the catfish. We talked about the other one. I also made reference to the banla fish. I talk about the banla fish. We talk about the other fatty fish. They are good in omega-3 fats. We talk about the other meat, goat meat, and the rest of it. So let me get one or two comments also from those of you that are still in the house. Yes, those of you that are still in the house, so that, but make sure you go get yourself some fresh meat and enjoy, because we've been robbing ourselves of most of these things because of misinformation. We are robbing ourselves a lot because of misinformation. So it's good to try them out so that we'll not be robbing ourselves of healthy foods because of the things we have heard or been told about them. So, as it is now, once again, thank you all for coming. I love you all. See you and bye for now.